come to the center of your mat and just stand real quick and just become acknowledging of your presence, acknowledging of your surroundings. And even though that your surroundings are all around you, just allow it to disappear and fade away into the background. And only witness and acknowledge your breath. The subtle inhales and exhales that go to fill up your lungs, to fill up your belly. Feel the texture, feel the shape. And draw a close connection to it, a close relationship to that breath. We'll start off with class with one Om. This is the universal principle connecting everybody to everything. Om. I pray that this practice heals all suffering, heals the mind, the spirit, the soul, so that we can be able to help others through our mind, our body, and our spirit. So what we're going to do first and foremost is just to warm up the body a little bit. I'm going to face the front of my mat. I know you're facing the front of yours, but we're just going to go through a mountain pose. Just a nice little warm up. So bring your biceps by your ears. Nice and tall, stretch up, root down through the soles of your feet, lift up from your inner arches, suck your lower belly in. Now as you lift up, lift your chin up in between your hands, and then press your hips forward, lean back, reach back. And then use your breath to dive forward, forward, fold. As you forward fold, bend your knees. Bring your chest and your thighs together. Relax your head, relax your neck. Maybe you shake your head yes, shake your head no. Release any tension there. Now on your next inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through your spine. Halfway. Right? Just suck your lower belly in. Bring your hands to your shins or to your thighs. Take a cycle of breath here. And then when you exhale, plant your hands down, step your feet back. And then stay here in an upper push-up plank where your shoulders are stacked over your elbows and wrists. Feel your hips in line with your shoulders, right? Use your inhale to push the mat away. And then exhale halfway. Forearms raise the sides of your ribs, untuck your toes, lift your chest and chin up, thighs up off the mat for your up dog. Stretch the front of your throat, front of your chest. Look up at your eyebrows here. Take another inhale, fill up your lungs. And then exhale, curl your toes under, press the mat away for your downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, maybe you take a couple of bend in the knees. Maybe you bend your knees deeply. Maybe you hop, right? Just to feel the lubrication going into your joints here. Use your index finger and thumb to press into the mat as much as you can so you can straighten your elbows. Feel a long spine here. Use your breath to fill up this shape. Now, on your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, hop or walk forward and lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise up, stand up tall, look back, reach back. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step your feet back, and then travel through your flow from an upper push-up plank, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time, just to synchronize our breath with our movements. And to clear any mental junk that we might have in our head that might be floating around to take us away from our breath. So use your deep inhale to fill up the shape. And then on your exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, hop, walk forward, lengthen through your spine. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up. Reach back. Squeeze your butt. Press your hips forward, look back. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step the feet back. And then travel through your flow. Lower halfway, lift your thighs, chest and chin up off the mat. And then use your exhale to press the mat away for your downward facing dog. Nice. Now bend your knees a couple more times here. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Feel your ribs stretch along the sides of your body as you take deep inhales. And then feel your sides contract towards your center line on your exhales. Now, we're going to stretch the side, the front and back bodies here. So on your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, hop or walk forward, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. I will turn to you so you can see, but bring your big toes and ankles to touch like you're standing on one solid leg here. And then use your inhale to circle sweep your arms overhead, palms are pressed. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers. Get very narrow here. Bring everything towards the center line. Biceps frame the ears. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. And then use the exhale to push your hips over to the left, index fingers to the right. All right. Now as you stretch the whole left side body here, there you go. Root down through your left foot. And then feel the stretch along the left side leg, left thigh, left hip, up to the left ribs. Breathe into your left ribs here. Stretch the left armpit and use your right hand to pull the left hand up and over to the right. Now hold what you have for 3, for 2, for 1. Squeeze back up the center. Inhale, stretch up nice and long. Then exhale, hinge over to the left, hips to the right. And as you do this, you still feel your chest wide open towards the front of your mat. Your hips are in line with each other. Your shoulders are stacked. Your right shoulder is stacked over your left shoulder. Breathe into your right side ribs. Lift your chin away from your chest. Take another inhale right here. And then exhale, squeeze back up the center. Now continue to root down through the soles of your feet. And we're going to go for a gentle back bend as you lift your chin up in between your sealed palms. Use your inhale to lift your chest up, lift your organs up to the ceiling. And then exhale to look back behind you. Squeeze your butt. Press your hips forward. Chest, chin up to the ceiling. You can even rock your weight into your toes here. Pressing down into your kidney 1 acupressure point, right at the knuckles of the feet. Take another breath. And on your exhale, start to come back to center. And then hinge at the hips, long spine. And as you come down, you can release your grip, bring your fingertips down to the mat. Make sure you bend your knees deeply. Big toes and ankles come to touch. Your chest come to touch your thighs. Relax your neck. And then grab behind your heels. Maybe you grab at the ankles, or that you scoop your hands underneath your heels where your fingertips point in the same direction as your toes. But whichever grip you prefer, just make sure that your legs, your feet are squeezed together. And then use your breath to lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Right, separate your sit bones, release your pelvic floor, suck your lower belly in, and then use the strength of your arms to pull your chest down. Feel the separation in between your vertebrae. Breathe into this space here. As you lengthen your spine, lift your hips up a little bit higher. Rock your way into your toes. Feel the stretch along the hamstrings. Hold what you have for 3, for 2, for 1. Release your grip. Bring your biceps back over your ears and let your fingers come to stand up nice and tall. Hinge up at the hips. And then you can release your hands down by the sides. It's all good. Now, start to spread your feet about hip width distance apart. Maybe a little bit wider than hip width distance, right? We're gonna go for a deep squat here. So with this, you can bring your palms right at heart center. Bend your knees real deep. And then bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. Now feel your tailbone rooted down into the mat as you use your elbows to open up the inner thighs. Feel a lengthening of your spine as you do so. You can suck your lower belly in to feel the spine get longer. Have a slight tuck of the chin so you can feel your cervical spine get long. And breathe into the center line from the tailbone down to the mat, to the crown of the head, all the way up to the ceiling. Breathe into the inner parts of your hips. Take another breath here. And then on your exhale, plant your hands down, lift your hips up to the ceiling. You will thread your arms behind your calves, behind your ankles. We're going for, this is stork, I believe. So here, you'll relax your head, right? You can keep your knees bent, obviously, right? But you want to have a roundedness of the back. You want to feel your back nice and round. And then when you're ready, you can start to lift your hips up, to straighten your legs, press down into the mat, use the knuckles of your feet, and then feel the tailbone lift up to the ceiling, the spine get nice and round, and the crown of the head points down to the mat. Right here, we're still working on the root chakra, removing fear and shock away, or at least acknowledging that energy when it comes. Use your breath to move that subtle energy around and out of your body. And make space for something new. That something could be like spiritual essence, right? Willpower, that fearless nature that you are driven by. Breathe into this space. And then release the grip. You can unravel your arms. All right. And as you do so, start to slowly rise on up. And rise up until your shoulders stack over your hips, and then your head pops up last. Beautiful. Now continue to face the front of your mat. And then bring your biceps by your ears. We're gonna go back to this mountain pose. Squeeze your butt, reach your ribs away from your hips. Look up, reach back. Exhale, dive forward, fold, fold. So here on this forward fold, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Bring your left hand in between your feet, and then bring your right hand above your head for a nice little twist. So you should feel a stretch in your right hamstring here. And yeah, that's good. If you want to go for a bind, you can wrap your right arm back behind you, grab for your left hip, so that you can open up to the right side of the room. Breathe long into the spine here. Take another breath. And then when you exhale, just switch. Bring your right hand in between your feet. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. Left hand up to the ceiling, and then twist. Breathe into your lungs. Breathe below your kidneys. And feel the subtle energy moving around in your body. Maybe you bring a name to it, maybe you don't. But recognize what's changing, what's shifting. Be the observer and watch. Take another breath here. And then exhale, bring your hand down, back to center. Take an inhale to halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step the feet back, and then travel through your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing. So once you're in your downward facing dog, use your inhale to lift your right leg long and back behind you. Point through your right big toe. Stretch the whole right side body from the lungs down to the liver, to the kidneys. Inhale to lift your leg up a little higher. And then exhale, bend the knees, step your right foot all the way through in between your hands. Rotate the back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Now in this warrior one, your hips face forward. Your knee is your knee is bent and stacked over your right ankle. Now shine your chest forward, suck your lower belly in, and reach your arms up nice and tall. Now, straighten your front knee, press your palms together, right? And only cross at the thumbs. We're gonna go for a separate standing leg, forehead to knee. So as you inhale, stretch up nice and tall. And then exhale to hinge at the hips. And as you hinge at the hips, you can bend your knee and bring your forehead to your knee, but keep your hands together, right? As your hands are still pressed together, they point right above your toes, but you use your forehead to press into your knee. Root your feet down into the mat. Suck your lower belly in and feel the roundedness of your spine. Continue to reach down through your fingers to your big toe. Continue to lift your stomach into your lower spine. And then when you're ready, start to straighten your front knee and then roll on up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up until the chin pops up last. Then you can re-bend your front knee, separate your hands, look up, reach back, look back. Then exhale, plant the hands down to frame your front foot. Bring your right foot to meet the left foot, and then travel through your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Now left side, left foot up into the sky. Reach through your left big toe. Yeah. Now you're breathing along the left side body now. So from your lungs down to your spleen, pancreas, small intestines, to your kidneys. Use your inhale to lift your leg up a little bit higher. And then exhale, bend the knee, step your foot all the way through in between your hands, rotate the back heel down, rise up, warrior one.
Yeah. Now, as you have your front knee stacked over your front ankle, see if you can shine your chest forward and bring your right hip forward, right? As your right hip bumps forward, your left hip bumps back. Now you can stretch your arms up nice and tall. Now, press your palms together, cross it only at the thumbs. Straighten your front knee. And then use your inhale to stretch up tall. Then exhale, start the round down. You can bring your forehead to your knee. Bend your knee to bring your forehead to your knee. Your fingertips still point right above your big toe. You can wrap your biceps or your triceps around your head like you're squeezing your head, right? Suck your lower belly in. Feel your spine go up to the ceiling and root down through your big toes onto the mat. Breathe into your kidneys. Take another breath here. And then when you're ready, start to straighten your front knee. Start to roll your spine on up, vertebrae by vertebrae until the chin pops up last. Rebend your front knee. Separate your hands. Back to your warrior one. Now take an inhale to look up, reach back, look back. Then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Nice. Bring your left foot to meet the right. And now travel through your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Now come to push-up, upper push-up plank where your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. And then start to lower down. Bring your chest down to the mat. You can untuck your toes. You can keep your hands right underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your legs together. Exhale all the air out. And on your inhale, lift your chest up. Lift your chin up. Press your hips down into the mat by squeezing your butt. Use no pressure with your palms to lift your chest up. We're strengthening the lower back muscles. Feel the curvature from your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Take another inhale from the top of your collarbones down to your lungs. And then use the exhale to lower back down. Bring your chin to the center of the mat. Bring your palms back behind you by your hips. Interlace your fingers. As you interlace your fingers and you feel your wrists by your hips, or by your tailbone, I should say, start to lift your arms up, lift your legs up, lift your chest up. This is locust. Press your hips down into the mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. You might feel a little rocking on the fronts of your hips, but that's fine here. Take another inhale, and then exhale, release. Bring your left ear to the mat. Now bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder, and then bring your right foot back behind you. Roll onto your left side so that you can roll onto your back. And as you lay here on your back, bring your feet, the soles of your feet down onto the mat. We're gonna go for bridge. So you can bring your heels close to your hips as much as possible. Exhale all your air out. And then on your inhale, lift your hips up to the ceiling. Squeeze your butt, root down through the soles of your feet. Right? Use the inner muscles of your thighs and legs to kind of help lift your hips up. You can feel your chest go close to your chin, but still keep a space in between your chest and your chin. Maybe you press the backs of your shoulders into the mat to help lift up your chest a little bit more. And then on your exhale, release. As you release on your exhale, you can bring your thighs to your chest. Wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins for wind relieving. And as you're there for wind relieving, maybe you rock from side to side. Right? A nice little low budget massage here. Yes. Yes. Now, exactly. You open up for happy baby. Grab the pinky side edge of your feet. Feel your whole spine long on the mat. Soles of the feet reach up to the ceiling. Breathe into the insides of your hips. Maybe you bring the soles of your feet together for supine butterfly. Open up your knees and bring your toes right above your nose. And then breathe into the organs inside your body here. And then you can release the grip. You can now somersault your hips over your shoulders for shoulder stand. Bring your palms to your lower back. As you bring your palms to your lower back and you feel your hips lifted over your shoulders, start to breathe and feel the energy, feel the energetic pathway from the inner arches of your feet, from the pinky side of your feet. Just start to slowly drip down, all the way down your legs, your thighs, down to your hips, to your abdomen and chest. Now you can bend your knees and bring your knees to your forehead, bring your feet over your head for plow. And just breathe into the space here. Start to feel heavy in your body. And when you're ready, you can start to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Starfish out your arms, starfish out your legs. And just take a moment here to breathe. Feel your whole body being filled up with energy, with the prana. That energy that is all around in your space. Use it to energize every cell in your body. Fueling your cells with something good, something powerful. As you continue to breathe, find a space in your thoughts where you can give yourself gratitude and say thank you to yourself for just taking this moment, this time out to tap into the subtle energies within inside of you. So wherever you are with your breath, exhale all the air out until you're completely empty, empty, empty. And then fill up your lungs as if you're hungry for air, for energy. From the top of the lungs all the way down to the bottom, hold it at the top, and then HA, let it go.